welcome to episode 186 of the Knitting Samurai and Her Guys video podcast. I'm coming to you today with no makeup and no stylish hair and just plain, because if I didn't sit down and record right now, it wasn't gonna happen. So here we are. You just saw Linus. He is holding steady at 6.6 pounds. We're having some bathroom issues, but otherwise he's doing great. So fingers crossed he'll continue to gain. He's eating twice the recommended amount of food of the digestive something. It's ID. It's the vet prescription food. So, okay, you're not here to hear about him. You're here to talk about knitting. So let me tell you, I have 2 socks to share with you, some new yarn, a new hat for the pigskin party, some new stitch markers because I have been just creating. I love it. And a boy sweater. So let's jump right in, shall we? Let's start with what's new. So I cast on, I didn't mean it to be for the pigskin party, but it works. So I cast on September 11th for this. And it is the Windshield by Nina Talaka, T-A-L-I-K-K-A. So this is a hat, in case you can't tell. So I did something crazy. My mother and I were walking around Michael's and just shopping and looking for stuff. And Linus, do you really have to be that close? Do you really? Yeah, okay. Come here, leg. His fur's a little patchy now. He's 14. Don't give him a hard time. He's no makeup today either. So we were walking around and I was killing time. She was looking at decorating stuff and I had looked at yarn and whatever, all the things I wanted to look at. And then I got this idea in my head that I have a new winter coat. It's a beautiful, what kind of purple is it? It's like a pale blue purple. I don't know if that's periwinkle or not. But I thought, I'll knit a purple hat to match. So I found this yarn, and yeah, sure, she thinks it's gray. I think it's gray with purple. See, that whole band is purple. But I didn't know it was stripe. So I spent $4 on 100% acrylic, no pill yarn to give it a try. Let's see how it is. And then the pattern I pulled out, I've wanted to knit it for a while. It's a beautiful pattern. I thought I was getting more of a speckled looking yarn, not a striped yarn. So it's stripes, but it's a fine experiment. It looks really big, but I do have a big head. So I'm considering this my first test run, which is part of why I like to knit patterns repeatedly. It's like the first time I knit it, okay, let's figure out the groundwork, let's figure out what's going on, make improvements, and then the second time I knit it, I get the perfect pattern and or the perfect project. Perfect. I'd give it an A. And so that's why I like to knit things repeatedly. So here's my test run. If I like it, it will be a warm, the water shouldn't go through it, right? Acrylic doesn't hold water so well. It'll be a good snow blowing hat, if nothing else, with its stripes. And then the reason this is cool, I don't know how well you can see it, it's diamonds. So it's stockinette diamonds and then it's patterned diamonds, and they're just beautiful. I made the pattern a little bigger because it calls for size 8s. I couldn't find 8s. I looked everywhere. I think it was Saturday when I cast on. I looked everywhere. I pulled out, the projects in the footstool, the hidden projects. I looked there. I've got my eyes kind of on the road because the guy is coming to replace my windshield because I got a lovely diagonal crack. So I don't mean to be looking that way, but when a car goes by or I see movement, I'm like, what? Anyways, so I looked in the footstool. I looked in the bin of UFOs in the den/studio. I looked in the end table. Dig. I can't even find I know I had it recently, but I can't even find my needle case. I'm not sure where I put that. So what I could find, and free, I think I don't remember what project I took these from, are size 5s. So I'm a loose knitter. I figured that would make it like a size 6. So then I cast on an extra pattern repeat, which actually turned out to be an extra 12 stitches. So yeah, it's a big hat, but I have a big head and it'll be roomy. And I've got another 8 rows to go according to pattern before I start the ribbing, and I have this much of my skein left, so I should have enough. We'll see how long I make the ribbing. I want to try it on. I need to put them on a cord and slip it on my head and make sure that it's gonna fit. And if it doesn't fit, whatever, it was $4, I'll donate it for charity. No harm, no foul, right? And I have my pigskin party. I have 2 stitch markers. Actually, I have more than 2. Yeah, because every repeat I have a stitch marker. But I have my pigskin party fall leaf hanging on right there. I hope you saw it, that it's beautiful red oak leaf. It's being difficult. But anyways, thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for your support for the pigskin party. I thought I was well stocked and prepared for this based on how much the splash pad party with Down Cellar Studio, that knit along she ran this summer, based on how much I sold for that, I thought I was well prepared for this. I am sold out of everything. I am frantically trying to get more. We were 10 days into the pigskin party and I was sold out. Like, you blew my mind with your support. So thank you. I will make more. And in the meantime, there's lots of fall themed sets going up right now. Fall and Halloween. So in this bag is a sock. It's a straight stockinette. It's very boring. I'll just show it at you real fast. So that's how much I've done. Some serious work on this sock. It went to soccer, and this gray stripe was knit during one of Roland's soccer games. His team lost. It was like 5-1 or 5-2, but he scored the goal for his team. So that was good. It was like good and bad, and it's good for him to experience those things, even though the tears make it hard. Yeah, so stockinette, nope. 2x2 rib sock. This is my basic sock, and I'm gonna do an afterthought heel. I just started working up the leg. So there's that. I'll move my little keeper along. This one's a mask. Anyways, I could use a fall keeper on that. That would be nicer. So I did buy some yarn. Should we break from the knitting and talk about the yarn? Let's do that because I'm all over the place and I'm crazy. Sunsoak Fibers she's also a pigskin party sponsor. I've never knit with her yarn before, but Jen of Down Cellar Studios knits with it all the time. So I thought, I'd give it a try. I loved the variegation of this yarn, and I love it even more that for 50 cents, she'll cake it. Yes, please cake everything. I hate getting skeins. I will never cast on. I mean, I will cast on, but it so delays me, that process of taking out the Swift and ball winder. I know, first world problem right here, but doesn't it drive you crazy? Aren't you like, oh, I wish everything came ready to knit? So here it is. I love it. She sent some of, I don't know what they're called. They look like light bulb stitch markers, and this awesome little tag that's got a sheep and it says wool on it, and so you can sew it onto your project. I want one on one of my hats right there. That's so stylish. So this one, she called it Fifth Avenue, but I think it's the pigskin party colorway, and that's an 80/20 merino sock. And then I splurged a little bit. I had a coupon. I got Hummingbird, which is 80/20 again, 400 yards, 100 grams. Isn't that pretty? Variegated. Love it. And then it reminds me of Socks That Rock, but it's got that hard 2-ply base that I love so much. Looks very similar to Claudia Hand Paints, which I love working with that kind of yarn. Of all the yarns, that's my favorite. And then this, it was in her sale section, so I was like, yeah, I like green. That's pretty. I'll go for that. I don't know. She said it was mislabeled on the website, because I don't think I would have bought an MCN, but hello, shawl. So this is called Moss, 435 yards. It's a superwash merino cashmere nylon. Green will be lovely with my eyes. So these are going to be on the needle soon. The pigskin party, 5th year or something, and I've always been overwhelmed by it, all the instructions, and I felt like, I can't do that. It's too much for me. This year, I'm like reading it. I'm into it, right? And I checked the fine print last night. Whips do not count. So I'm going to have some serious motivation to ignore my UFOs and work on new stuff based on if I'm going to participate in this knit along. And I kind of like to this year. I mean, I like football, so why not? I'm a sponsor. Let's get into it. So back to knitting. In here, I'm hiding it from you. There are 2 half socks. There's more than 2 half socks. This is my very overfilled bag. There's 2 measuring tapes and headphones and a sock that's getting a heel, but I don't need to show you till it has a heel. And I don't know what happened. They're in love with each other. Okay. Separate, you two. Separate. This is why it's good to have more project bags. Hey, Lili. Hey, my Lili. So, I showed you this one. This was the first one. This is for with my Merida on it. This is Patton's Croy. 2 different skeins, right? I'm flipping the script and doing the striping on the toes, heels, and cuff, and the solid on the body of the sock. So, I'm not sure about it, but I'm trying it. Why not? Always good to try new things. This is the second one. I don't think I cast it on. I don't think I had cast it on when last we met, when last we spoke. So I busted my butt to get a lot done. I wanted to get at least as far. And then Steve's back in New York. And so last night I was like, I'll push a little more. So I kept knitting. And I'm doing my second German short row heel. I'm in the middle of it. I watched a great video tutorial. I think I subscribed on my YouTube channel. It's over there anyways. Really good tutorial. And I feel like I've really got it. And it looks pretty doggone neat so far going up. So I like the way it looks. I like that this is so OCD, anal, whatever. I like that the stripes that are, the order of the stripes on here are going to be, it's the same, like I've gotten back to the pale blue that I started with here, but it's not going to be exactly the same. Does that make sense? Like the color flow isn't going to be here's 6 colors and then here's the same 6 colors in the same order. So it's mixing it up a little bit. I like that. I like it. So that's Patton's Croy in the flax colorway, and this is the turquoise jacquard. And I am knitting these for a friend. Yay, for a friend who I love so muchly. My parents are going on he's my dad's cousin. So I guess he's my cousin too, but he's more like my uncle. My parents are going on a Viking river cruise for their 40th wedding anniversary in November with this cousin and another couple. And so I'd really like to have these done, which I totally will. I'm on track for that, for them to give to him when they go on that cruise. So I'm so jealous. We went on a cruise, Daryl and Harry, his partner, and then my parents and Steve and I we got married in 05, so it would have been 06, so 12 years ago, the 6 of us went on a cruise. We had a blast. My mom and Steve were the night owls, up all night partying, but we had a really good time. So I know they're gonna have a good time on this river cruise going to, I think it stops 3 or 4 different places in Germany and Austria, and Daryl, my cousin uncle, he was in the Air Force, and so he was stationed over in Germany for a long time, and so he'll know places to go and things to do, and like they're gonna have a blast. So I'm so excited for them. So now onto the Hitch Pullover. And this is falling off the needles. What? So I am adopting Vanessa Ewing's Hitch Pullover, which was in Interweave 2014. I think it's a fall. See how I did that? I remembered something. Yeah, I think it doesn't say on my notes. Anyways, so it's a woman's pullover with this great shawl collar and ribbing detail up the side that I'm adapting for a 7-year-old. And I decided that the body, I know it looks really thin, but it'll be okay. I decided that the body should be 12 inches. And so I'm at 12 inches. I got this far. I think he was at soccer or swimming. I don't know. I tell you, 2 nights a week with swimming, 2 days a week with soccer. Steve's traveling. How would I have done this? I couldn't have done this if I'd been working. So, thank you. But I got to the 12-inch mark, which is where I thought I needed to be. I double-checked one of his sweatshirts. It is, in fact, 12 inches. And then I thought, I'll just go to 13. I'll just go a little bit further. So that's marking 12 inches. And then I should probably do another 2 rounds. And then the fun starts. I get to split for the front and the back and do all that shaping. And then the top of the sweater, you bind off the tops. I don't know if I'll do that or if I'd rather do a 3-needle bind off. But I somehow, so then you knit the sleeves separately. They are set-in sleeves, obviously, as I'm talking this through. I mean, why read instructions fully when you can just guess at things? So I got to get those in. I don't know, but it's exciting. I think I will cast off. I think I'm just going to follow the instructions because I'm not really sure what I'm doing. I don't have a lot of brain power to like, oh, there's a better way to do this. Let me just do that instead. I'm just going to leave it as it is. There is the scarf, snowman scarf. So he's our signature or trademark or mascot for the holiday season this year. We are selling lots of him. So I have other ones on here. I have the kettle marking. So as I was different days, I was marking how far I'm trying to beat. Oh, I knit this far that day. Okay, now do more. It was a good motivation for that day. So this is Cascade 220 Superwash in the colorway 801. I call it Army Green. I don't know if they do, but I do. And I'm knitting it on size 8s, which is huge. But the fabric is very soft. So even my mom, who's not a knitter, was like, be prepared for pilling when she touched it. So it's nice. It's cushy. It's not going to stand up on its own. It's going to be a nice little throw-it-on sweater. So he'll wear it at least once. He'll wear it to Thanksgiving. Gosh darn it. So that's it for me. And now I think we'll put in a little bit. I'll put in, not Wheel. Who else is here? Me. That's it. Me, myself, and I. I'll put in what I've been working on for stitch markers so you can see what's going on in the shop. So here's the thing. Like, I really want to work on the projects I have. No wonder Jen was busting her butt so much to get through and not cast on anything after Stash Dash. Now I understand how the game is played. I have no problem setting these socks aside as they had been set aside for the last year and a half. So whatever, they're getting some love now. They should be happy. Be thankful. I'm trying to do that trick that I figured out of putting the stitch marker. How did I do this? No, it goes on this needle. Yes, and then I knit the next stitch. And then it only works with progress keepers that have large clasps on them. Then I flip that over, and there, it's dangling. It's hooked on my stitch without me having to do the clasp. So, I know, lazy man's way, but sometimes I feel like being lazy. But lately, it's been go, 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 go around here. So Saturday morning, we had swimming for Tristan. He did awesome. The new place with the saltwater pool that we're going, they don't allow parents into the pool area, onto the deck where lessons are taking place. You have to wait in a closed-in waiting room. It's not closed-in. Well, it's separate, right? It's got glass doors you can see through, but you have to wait on the other side of the glass doors for the swimming lessons. And when Roland went, I was a little like, really? But he's Roland, and he's like, I love everybody. I make friends so easy. I've done swimming. It's fine, Mom. So he took off running. Tristan was like, we talked about it beforehand that it was going to be like dropping him off at school. So he was prepared, and he was okay. But with Roland, I went into the big lobby main area, and he came and found me when he was done. He's fine. With Tristan, I sat right in front of the door because they have chairs there. They know people are like that. So I sat right in front of the door, and I basically like checking on him the whole time. And he did great. I was so happy because he can be very afraid of the water. I've never really seen him relax. Like, it's not even an alternate thing. Like, he likes to sit on the edge of the pool, and he says he wishes he could do what Roland does, but then he doesn't want me to carry him around in the water too much, and he's not really into it. So this was great that by the end of it, I have some video of him like running and jumping in to the instructor and going under and coming up, and he's playing games and ball and catch and perfect.
You want to go where? You want to go for a walk? Okay.
There were only 2 kids in his class, so that's just the right ratio as far as I'm concerned of teacher to instructor. So that was that. Then Tristan and I ran from swimming over to the soccer fields to see Roland's game, which I already mentioned. And then we went home. Mom took a quick nap. Dad made lunch. And hi, Linus. Linus is back. And then we went to one of Tristan's classmates' birthday party. We haven't been to a birthday party. So we went to the Children's Museum, and I was okay there for an hour. Like, Roland and I were in a separate part of the museum away from where the birthday party was happening, and then the birthday party came out into the museum, and I got totally overwhelmed. Like, even thinking about it now, I was just so loud and so much. So I ended up going to the car and sleeping in the car for an hour and a half, while Steve finished the museum with the boys, and then there's a playground down the street. It's not even down the street. It's on the same block. It's like just around a corner. And then they played on the playground for a while until dinner time. And then we came home. And then Sunday was yard work and football. And our friends came over that we love to watch football with. And it was a great weekend. So give him a quick kiss and sent Steve off for the week. He's gone again. I'm okay. I just miss him. It's ridiculous. So there's that. Other than that, it's not too much going on. You've seen my knitting. I spend a good part of my time working on stitch markers. You know, it's such a creative outlet for me. I love it. So that's me in a nutshell right now. So look forward to casting on some new projects. You have my phone, so I can't show you, but my queue has definitely been growing, and I think I'm looking forward to some more of the fall knitting and wearing of the hand knits. So I hope you are too, and you are enjoying September. Time to go apple picking. I think I'm going to put that on the calendar for this weekend, if there's room, because it's definitely the season for the early apples. But anyways, enjoy what's going on in your knitting world. Take care. From Linus, I don't know if you can see him. From Linus and I, happy knitting. Mwah! Friends, take care.